What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So you're looking for some cheapies, but you're not looking for the affordable Middle Eastern stuff. You want maybe some affordable designers. Well, I've got you covered. I've collected 10 of the most recommended affordable fragrances that are non-Middle Eastern fragrances. No Lattafas and Armafs and Paris Corner and all that good stuff on this list. This is some of the greatest cheapies to ever grace this channel, in my opinion. And I want to talk about these 10 with you here today. So stay tuned. Starting with a beautiful tropical fragrance that still surprises me that you can get this one in the sub $40 price range. I actually wore it last night when I was gathering these fragrances for this video. Issey Miyake Fusion d'Issey. This is the EDT, not the Extreme, so this one's a bit fresher. This is more the sunscreen coconut type of vibe. Nice and watery, aquatic, has a little bit of a sharp woody tone to it, not like some crazy just garbage cedar wood type of oil, but a sharp wood nonetheless. This is actually really good. The Extreme's a bit more warm and ambery, a bit more evening appropriate because it's so much warmer. You can still pull it off during the day in the heat, but this is just far superior in my opinion. Performance kind of falls in that average range of around 6 or 7 hours in longevity. Nothing crazy, but nothing super weak. And if I remember correctly, I paid like $38, $39 for this. 100 ml, and I would strongly encourage checking it out. It doesn't get a whole lot of love, but if you like coconut fragrances, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's Fusion d'Issey from Issey Miyake. Now, they have an intense version of this. It's called, actually, Vince Camuto Homme Intenso, but Vince Camuto Homme, I think it's still far superior. It's just so much fresher. Still a decent performer. It's like a 5 or 6 hour fragrance in longevity. 50 mLs go for around 20, around 30 bucks will get you a 100 milliliter bottle. And it's got this gin and tonic type of smell. Crisp and fresh, spicy, juicy citrus, and like I said, it has that kind of bright, clear alcohol vibe to it without being a super boozy fragrance at the same time. A lot of juniper here is basically what it comes down to. This is a heavy juniper smell with a nice tonic water crispness. This is such a good fragrance. I've been recommending this one since pretty much the beginning of this channel, within the first handful or so of videos, because I'm a firm believer in this one. That's why I say this is some all-time great cheapies on this particular channel. So if you haven't had an opportunity yet to try this out, like I said before, it is superior to the intense version. At least I think so. Vince Camuto Homme. Kind of like a spicier, more aquatic YSL in many ways. You get a lot of cardamom, but you also get a beautiful saltwater marine accord with some musk. There's a little bit of citrus. It is Jimmy Choo Man Aqua. It's great that this one got so cheap so quick. I actually bought this one when it first came out from Macy's directly. Actually, I'm going to rock this one to the gym. We'll just do 3 sprays. It's nothing special as far as reinventing the wheel. Like I said, it kind of falls into the YSL type of scent profile, just a much more aquatic version, basically. But I'm a big fan of this one. I haven't worn it in a little while. It was nice to pull this one out to talk about it. It's nice to spray it on skin because it does smell really good. Average performance at best. Another one around 5 or 6 hours in longevity that you can get in the sub $50 price point for a 100 milliliter, such as this bottle right here. And I highly suggest it. And if you have loads of aquatics already, maybe you don't need it. But if you're building a collection or just looking to add something different as far as a new aquatic, might want to look into it. It's Jimmy Choo Man Aqua. Like Le Beau Le Parfum with some different elements. So instead of bergamot, you get orange. Instead of iris, you get lavender and sage. So you have a different aromatic floral component. It's not as powdery, but it still has sweet tonka bean with a little bit of some coconut. It's Mandarina Duck Vida Loca. This one's gotten into the sub $30 price point when it's in stock from Fragrance Buy. I did not check before. There's a link down below if you want to check. I love this one in the summertime. The bottle's beautiful, this color gradients, and it smells awesome. Like I said, in the vein of Le Beau Le Parfum, but a few things are different, which I did mention already. I do like the addition of the orange. Something about a nice orange citric note and a top on a fragrance that just really kind of captivates me. It really does. It's one of my favorite citrus notes, more so than lemon, grapefruit, bergamot, all the usual suspects. Give me orange every time and I'll be a happy camper. So if you haven't tried this one yet, and maybe you're looking for a nice affordable alternative to Le Beau Le Parfum, maybe check it out. Average performance as well, around 6 hours. Mandarina Duck Vida Loca. Now, weaker performing. This is like a 3, maybe 4 hour fragrance on my skin, but you can get a big old bottle for around 30 bucks. You can get like a 200 ml. 20 bucks. Sometimes you can find a 200 ml, but you can definitely get a 100 ml for that. It's Blue Seduction from Antonio Banderas. This is an all-time great, super hype cheapie that smells like Versace Mano Fresh with some different elements. It's like a cappuccino note, more melon, things of that nature. Honestly, it's a deeper fragrance than Versace Mano Fresh. It doesn't perform as well, but again, you can just spray away and get a big bottle for cheap. Again, 100 ml, like 20 bucks. Double this size will run you around 25 or 30, even on places like Amazon, which I'll have a link for it real cheap below if you want to check it out. Again, it's not reinventing the wheel. Like I said, it's in the same vein as Versace Mano Fresh with a few different notes. Like I said, I think it's a cappuccino note specifically that does kind of jump out a little bit. Not too much of a coffee smell or anything, with a nice melon fruitiness in the top. This smells great. High compliment factor kind of stuff. Just know that it's on the shorter lived side in longevity, but it's definitely worth adding if you're looking for a great cheapie. It's Blue Seduction from Antonio Banderas. One of the better cheap aquatics to ever come out. It is a great alternative to Invictus Aqua 2016 and now the re-release of Aqua 2024. Montblanc Legend Spirit. You can never go wrong with this one. Beautiful grapefruit, fresh, aquatic, musky, woodsy. Solid performer, around 6 or 7 hours has been my experience with it. Some people get less, some people get more, but it smells really good while it's on skin. Again, high compliment factor. This one gets out in the air. It's bright and ozonic. Very uplifting type of scent profile. I highly, highly recommend this one. It is a little soapy, but it's more aquatic than soapy overall. It's been hyped to death for a reason. It's some really, really good stuff. You can get the 100 ml for under 40 bucks. Montblanc Legend Spirit. For around $25, this 100 milliliter bottle is kind of a love letter to the past meets a modern touch of Ambroxan. It is Calvin Klein's Eternity Cologne. This is the Cologne flanker. Big fan of this one. I prefer it far and wide over the original Eternity Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Parfum and other flankers, you know, that's a different story. But this one in particular is my absolute favorite in this line because it has that nice fresh shower gel-like feel from Ambroxan with that barbershop aromatic green type of feel from the original's DNA with, you know, another one solid performance in that 6-hour range. And it's 25 bucks. It's really hard to beat for the money if you like that style with a little bit of a modern twist to it. Like I said, a nice dose of Ambroxan. Check out Calvin Klein's Eternity Cologne. Now, we're talking about some of the greatest cheapies to grace this channel all time, right? So there was a moment in time when I was a huge supporter of this one. I still think it's phenomenal. That's why we're talking about it here today. It is the original Coach for Men. So I like this fragrance so much that when I got my hands on Bad Boy Cobalt, because the dry down's very similar to this, it's one of the biggest reasons that I like Bad Boy Cobalt so much. We're actually going to give this one a little spritz on the hand. To me, this is still the quintessential Coach fragrance for men because they only have so many. So pear and kumquat, what a beautiful fruity combination at the top that doesn't make it over the top sweet, but fresh and fruity. Has that Ambroxan, ambergris, amberwood kind of combination smell, musky, clean, shower gel-like with also this nice kind of fuzzy suede note and a little bit of woods. It's very everyday modern man with the it's definitely synthetic, but high compliment factor. 5 to 6 hour fragrance and longevity. Nothing crazy, but what you can smell is phenomenal for however long you will get in performance. Like I said, I get around 5 or 6 hours of longevity, a good solid hour of some hefty projection. It's very bright early on. Just a great everyday wear. High versatility, sub $40 price point will get you a 100 milliliter bottle. This is a 60 milliliter bottle. You can get this for around $30. Again, that's the original Coach for Men. In the sub $50 price point, there's not too many I would consider better than this as far as affordable fragrances. This is Missoni Wave. So Missoni Wave is very much in the vein of a Versace Pour Homme meets Chanel Allure Homme Sport. You get citrus, you get an aquatic accord, you get a creamy vanilla orchid that gives this like sweet vanillic tone while not making it over the top sweet. It's very approachable, super likable, high compliment factor. God, it's such a good fragrance. And I get, you know, average to above average kind of longevity, 6-7 hours again on this one. None of these are beasts, obviously. The last one we're going to talk about is probably the best performing on me. It definitely is now that I'm looking at the collection of fragrances here. Sub $50, you can get this one. Sometimes you can find it in the high 30s. This is a great fragrance to pick up for anyone. This is great for a young man starting a collection that wants that one everyday wear, on up to, you know, a guy that's, you know, got a 3-year-old grandchild, you know, someone around, you know, maybe 50 years old range, where they're at that stage in life, but they want something enjoyable that just smells really good, that they can wear every day, that's not a dated type of profile, that's going to smell too old school or old man. You know what I mean? This is some really, really good stuff. I can't say enough good things about Missoni Wave. And last but not least, so the other day I revamped so every year I do a, you know, best blues to wear for the year. And I omitted this one because I've talked about this fragrance so damn much on this channel that I forget that, you know, people just have this expectation that I need to feature. If I love a fragrance, it's got to be in every single video where it fits. So, I mean, this was going to be in it anyway. In the moment I'm thinking to mention this to you guys, I got fussed for not having Aqua Essenziale Blue in my top 20, I think it was 20, blue fragrances to wear in 2024, because I forget sometimes that even people that watch on a regular basis, because this dude watched so much that he had noticed it was even gone, so he's watched enough, that I thought at this point, when it comes to Aqua 2018 and Aqua Essenziale Blue, that people just knew. They're just like, have a spot in my heart, and I'll always love them. I've recommended them to death on this channel. This is the most recommended fragrance of all time. This has featured more videos than any other fragrance on this channel, and I've got over 3,300 videos on this channel. This is the most featured. So once in a while, it's like, let me feature some newer stuff. But for this particular topic, it has to be here, and I had to save the best two, in my opinion, for last, which is Missoni Wave and Salvatore Ferragamo's Aqua Essenziale Blue. Because this is, I mean, it's got the biggest dent out of everything in here. I love this fragrance. I always have. I always will. Just because you don't see it in every video where you think that it fits the topic doesn't mean I've lost love for this fragrance. This one I get about 8 to 9 hours in longevity. Solid 2 hours projection. It's fresh, spicy. It's citric. It's got this slight earthy green tone with some ambroxan freshness, some woods, a little bit of tonka bean sweetness. There's some powderiness to this between the lavender and the tonka bean. It's not a real soapy fragrance. It's everyday wear, everyday modern man. This is great. Maybe not the best choice in the summer for me, but it totally works. But you can wear this one year-round, to work, casually, to dinner. It doesn't matter. In my opinion, one of the greatest cheap fragrances of all time. You can still get 100 ml for around 40 bucks. Salvatore Ferragamo, Aqua Essenziale Blue. Well, that's my 10. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. Of these 10, what have you tried? What's already in your collection? What are you maybe debating on grabbing? Let me know down below. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these 10, you give them a spray now. Pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.